All right, we are at that time. It is time. I'm going to stop the music in the background. We don't need that. That's one of my favorite playlists, by the way. All the music is crazy, weird. It's called the Hipster Playlist. It was made by Sean Parker when he first came onto Spotify, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Anyway, so it's all old music, but it's good music. Thanks for stopping in. It is the Trivia Game Show. I am Taylor Rick, your host. Usually I have some other content creator here. Damon said he was going to be here, but as you can see, he's not here. He's probably drunk somewhere on the job. And Mario said he might stop in too, but he's also not here. So I have my 2 Duo Omegas to give away, and I have 4 from Mario. That gives us a total of 6. So you only got 28 minutes on your alt. It's not going to be awarded that fast. So here's how this works. Yeah, you can request a song. I'll play it. That's fine. Here's how this works. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to paste the question into the chat here on the side, and you're going to do your best to answer it as quickly as possible. If, look, you're probably going to answer it, and you're going to be like the third person to answer it. And on your end, because of server lag, you might look like you're the first, but on my end, there might be 2 people ahead of you. So it's the first person to get the correct answer that's going to win. Once you've won, I'll call you out. I'll write your name down. You need to send me your player ID for the tune you want to have won Duo Omega. So it doesn't have to be your main. It could be one of your alts. It could be a buddy of yours. You can give it away. All that kind of stuff. That's fine. So easy enough, right? Not difficult at all. You just have to be quick on the draw and get the answer correctly. So let's see. And as always, make sure you go over and watch either on YouTube or listen on any of your podcast players. Echoes of New Eden. That's my it's Rambo's podcast and my podcast that we do every Sunday night. Sometimes it's Sunday in the middle of the afternoon. So lots of different people can come and join. It's live over on Twitch as well. I'll provide a link when we get down to the end of the show. Are we ready for first question? Question number 1. Here we go. There's only 14 people in the audience, so you've got a good chance to go at it. Question number 1. Which ore yields the most tritanium? Which ore yields the most tritanium? It's a trick question. It's not Veldspar. It's not Veld. This ore yields the most tritanium. I mean, I'm looking at the repo charts. Yeah, it's crocite, but not just crocite. Ancient remains. That's funny. Which version of crocite? It's a trick question. It is compressed crocite. So the first person who said that is Nilf Eclipse. Man, you win these all the time. It's compressed, not condensed. Good job, Daraz. Send me a DM with your ID. Question number 2. We're going to go fast. It's not a fraud. Look at the repo charts. Question number 2. If I wanted to build a fiend from scratch, which types of gas would I need and where would I find them? If I want to build a fiend from scratch, which types of gas would I need And where would I find them? It's not C70 and Cobalt Edge. Another trick question. C37. It's not just C50. Which types of gas? There's 2 types of gas that you need, and where do I find that gas? It's not reactive gas. It's not your mom's gas. It is C50 and C60 in a regular mining belt. Good job, Darez. Send me your ID for the tune you want to win, Duo Omega. Good job. It's not just T10. It's T8. I forget what the lowest tech level is that gives those 2 gases, but it's... here's one that's not an indie question, just for you. I can't see your full name because it's cutting because of the, recording, but whatever. Guy that starts with an A. Rigged. It's not rigged. These are not just all indie questions. Is the IP cost of a ship calculated by the market value of the ship or the market value of the items needed to make the ship? It's the market value of the items needed to make the ship. So Barrick Sato got it. DM me. Yeah, Nitties doesn't make it up. That is actually where it comes from. Good job, Barrick. Now, so that's an interesting, when you say both, you're kind of, you didn't answer incorrect, but you're kind of right. So think about this. If that's really the case, obviously a Cyan C is astronomical, right? We see kill mills of Cyan Cs of almost $1 trillion. Well, if you have an insurance office, do you think NetEase pays you for that whole value of a Cyan C when it dies through the insurance office? No. They go and pay you to turn a hole in, if they even do that. They do sometimes, but it's only the value of what the market value is. So they kind of get you both ways on that one. Otherwise, you could make a profit by buying a Cyan C off the market, letting it die, getting it through and then getting another one and going it. Yeah, you'd have a real insurance company. Exactly, Dara. You would actually make a profit by doing that. You'd make more money doing that. So you could just sit there and just keep generating it over and over and over again. So that's why they do that, though, so that there can't be manipulation both ways. Kind of funny. Anyway, all right. Here's a tougher one. It's not really tough. I find all these questions easy, so that's because I already know the answer when I think of them. Is it better to have a higher scan resolution or a lower scan resolution? Is it better to have a higher scan resolution or a lower? It's higher. Slagmina. That sounds like vagina. I know I'm probably not supposed to say that. One of the moderators is going to come in here and try to ban me again, but that does sound like vagina. Higher the better on its scan resolution. Send me your player ID. You won that one. If you don't get these to me by the end of the day, then I can't turn it in by the end of the day, and you won't win it within a 1 week, 2 week period, and you lose it. So if I don't have your IDs by the end of the day, rip. Next question. If I wanted to fly a worm into a region of Kalvala, which filament, I wrote needlejack, which filament is needed? If I wanted to fly a worm into the region of Kalvala, which filament could I use? The answer is all of them. Ryun got it. He said small, medium, and large. That's all of them. It's definitely all of them. Good job. It's nice to see some different people winning these and it getting spread around and not the same guy winning a couple in a row. That's good. That's good. This is our last question, and this is an opinion question. So you're going to have to guess what my opinion is on this. It's not a fact. If you listen to the show, Echoes of New Eden with Rambo and I, then you probably can figure out what this is going to be. And no, I'm not going to slight anybody in the game on it. Should an SFI be able to solo a Supra? No. Who whines the most? Yeah. No, it's not going to be that. So this last one is just for an opinion. This cruiser is really stupid and useless. No one should fly it. It can't even fit a Silverlight Sino. It's dumb. Which one is it? It's really useless. It's expensive. No one should fly it. It's dumb, and it can't fit a Silverlight Sino, even though... Come on now. No. Stratios is a good... Chameleon. Ryan got it. It's a Chameleon. It's the dumbest freaking cruiser there is. Sorry, but it's dumb. And I love the MOA. I love the look of the MOA. I love how the thing kind of folds down when it goes into warp and all of that. But you killed one today. Good job. I think the chameleon's just stupid. Anyway, that is it. We are done. That's 6 questions. Now, as you guys know, I am a content creator. Do you got any questions for me while I'm sitting here? I've got a few minutes. I'm ready to answer them. You got questions about Lancers? That was going around this week. The mods here on this server tried to ban me for giving you that information, by the way. Damon's here. Damon, get up on stage. Do the little like wavy thing. I can't drag you. Maybe I can. I tried to drag you. Let's get you up on stage. Invite to speak. There we go. You have to unmute though.
Hey, what's happening?
How you doing today, man?
Dude, 8 minutes late and the show's already over. I'm like,
it's only 6 questions. It goes super quick. Barrick asks, is NetEase shutting down all the servers after Korea? No, they're not. That's just some laws and regulations. And I would actually place probably a small bet, but I'd probably place a bet that it'll be back. I don't know how quick. But
yeah,
it'll be back.
They'll find some more.
Yeah, they'll find a loophole. They'll do something with how they redo the store in that area. They'll do something.
Well, does Korea fall under the same shell that the Chinese server? Like, I know
no.
The Chinese server, they don't want no outside. That's why there's no global for them. So if in anything, in worst case scenario, they'd probably just merge the Korean server into global server.
Exactly. So they'll do something there. One way or the other, it'll be back, and the Korean players will be able to play as somewhat normal. Maybe on the Chinese server, I don't know. But that would be kind of interesting if you had to move from the international server to the Chinese server. That'd be a shock and a half. It's a giant blue donut over there, from what I hear.
Yeah, maybe that's what they need. Some PvP coming in and we shake things up.
Yeah. No, Fart Buyer, you didn't win anything, and you're not listening, so you can't hear me. So no. So Mia High-Sec ratting expert Do asks, will Lancer dreads be able to rat high-sec anomalies? The answer is no. Those ships aren't going to be for ratting, period, in their current state, and my bet is they'll change. They won't be quite what we see so far.
I know we talked on the show before about most likely you're going to need the original hull. You're going to need the original dread hull to make it. But without anything else, Taylor math, how much do you think these are going to cost?
Well, Taylor math is going to be wrong math, so just take that with a grain of salt. But
more or less than a Visago?
Less than a Visago. I would say it's less than a Visago. I think they'll be in the hundreds. They'll be over 100 probably. Now to build it will be less than 100. To fit it will be more. That Lancer is going to be expensive. So maybe all told, rigs and everything else, maybe closer to 2. Slagmina might be right. But that's high. Yeah, I think you're right, Eclipse. So Lancer with the hull itself, probably 80 billion, because it's going to be kind of like building 2 dreads. Because it's just a dread, but the fitting of it is where it's going to be crazy. So you do well. Look, the DPS isn't going to mean anything. The extra high slot's not going to mean jack shit. It doesn't have siege mode.
I'm going to say even on the low, the Lancer module sticking the high slot, I think that itself will probably be someone when it first pops.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be high. But don't expect these things to have high DPS with aside from that Lancer. Don't expect the other 3 slots are going to be for me. If they stay the same way they are right now, those are going to be barrel weapons, and you're just going to be used to take out whatever's on top of you, small wise or medium wise, whatever happens to be sitting on top of you to break off of a being bubbled or locked or scrammed or whatever. The thing can't move though.
And also make sure that your fleet carries some extra fuel for you.
Yeah, you get 1 shot. I hope that changes. You should be able to get more than 1 shot.
Dude, if it's 1 shot, I swear to God, I am telling you right now, the new meme for 2024 for Eve Echoes is you had 1 job or you had 1 shot.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I got. If there's not any other questions, we'll call it a day and we'll do this again. I don't know about next week, but maybe in 2 weeks' time we'll do another trivia show. We'll do these every once in a while right here on the Discord. Tell your friends about it. Tell your corpse about it. Get him in here when it comes up. It'll always be up in the events, up at the top of the Discord, so you'll know when it's coming. I'll do it about a week or so ahead of time. Is Void winning the war? No, they're not. By any metric, they're not. I mean, I'm just being impartial, non-shush hat wearing guy right now, and I'll tell you, by any metric, they're not. So, yes, I'm talking, Bishul. I don't know why you can't hear me. Pact is drowning in success. I mean, hey, I just did the numbers this morning, actually. It's 47 since December 1st of 23. Pact, Void, whatever you want to call them. 47 pauses of silent razzle dazzle they've killed. On the other end, we've killed about 152. It's 151, 152, somewhere in there.
Well, it's void space. You can't go without, can't pass through a system without tripping over a pause.
Yeah, they're all over. So on the emotional damage scale, depends on how many times Vetemune's Stabber fleet issue has been used and become ineffective. That's the emotional damage. I mean, style points, you have to give them that. For style points, I would say for style, they've got the armor stuff they're trying to do, and I think that's, interesting. So, all right, cool. That's it for today. Thanks for coming. That was the Eve Echoes Trivia Game Show. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor Rick, and Damon Zell was happy to join us. Thanks for coming in. And we will see you guys here next time. Reminder to the winners, make sure you send me your player ID. It usually takes about, I say 2 weeks. It takes about 2 weeks for it to show up. Yeah, and you don't get any kind of a notification, by the way. It just shows up. So be watching for that.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Also, if you won an Omega from any content creator in the past 30 days, that will immediately not count for that ID.
Yeah, so make sure it's a fresh one. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll catch y'all later.